this video, I want to share a trick that will help you avoid blood sugar spikes. Yes, it is possible to maintain a healthy or normal blood sugar range even after eating your favorite carbohydrate meals like your rice, your pasta, your potato, and if you're in Africa, your yam, your plantain, and any other carbohydrate meals. But first, let's talk about how blood sugar spikes happen. Now, after you eat carbohydrate meals like rice, pasta, bread, the carbohydrate is digested into glucose and then it enters the bloodstream. Now, depending on the meal you've eaten and how you've taken those meals, the blood sugar can rise either slowly or fast. Okay, and that is what causes blood sugar spike. And for people with type 2 diabetes, having frequent blood sugar spikes can be dangerous. It can be a problem. Research has shown that if you frequently have blood sugar spikes, then you have increased risk of diabetes complications like kidney and eye damage. So for each time there is a spike in your blood sugar, there is some level of damage that occurs in the body. And if this becomes a frequent occurrence, it is a problem. Now, whether you have diabetes or not, when you eat meals containing carbohydrates, your blood sugar must rise. But what is the ideal blood sugar range at least 2 hours after meal? The recommendation out there is that if you have diabetes and 2 hours after meals, you can have blood sugar range of less than 180 milligram per DL. And if you don't have diabetes, then between 140 or less than 140 is okay. But I think that for you to be getting numbers as high as that, it means that you must be having very high carb meals. I recommend a 2 hours post-meal blood sugar range of between 120 or 130. But here is the thing, there is a way to slow down how glucose is released into your bloodstream, reducing the occurrence of blood sugar spike. And that does not mean that you have to just throw away carbohydrates. You can still eat carbohydrate meals. It is simply changing the order that you eat your meals. Studies have shown that eating your meals in a particular order can actually improve. Now, the major components of our meals are usually carbohydrates like rice, pasta, or bread. And we have proteins like meat, fish, chicken. And if it is plant proteins, we can get them from legumes like beans. And then we also have fiber in the form of vegetables, leafy greens, and salads. Okay. Now, here is the trick. When you eat your meals, first, eat your fiber. Second, eat your protein and eat your carbohydrate last. Let me repeat. First, your fiber. Second, your protein. And lastly, the carbohydrate. I will explain how this works. Now, fiber helps to slow down fiber, especially soluble fiber that we find in meals like potatoes, vegetables like broccoli, legumes like lentils, peas, and beans. They create a gel-like barrier in your intestines. This barrier is what causes a slow release of glucose into your bloodstream. So do you get the point? Which means the carbs that you'll be eating later on will be digested more slowly. Isn't that wonderful? Next, let's talk about proteins. When we eat proteins, they release some essential hormones in our body. One of the hormones released is the hormone GLP-1. Now, GLP-1 is a medication that is usually prescribed for people with type 2 diabetes. And one of the functions of GLP-1 hormone is to slow the digestion of food. So when you eat protein foods, your body releases the natural GLP-1 hormone, which will slow the digestion of carbohydrates, which you'll be eating later. There are other hormones that proteins release in our body, the CCK hormone and the peptide YY hormone. These two hormones work in a similar way. They decrease your appetite and increase your satiety or feeling of fullness. Now, do you get the point? The proteins that you eat, one of the functions it does is that it releases GLP-1 hormone, which will slow the digestion of carbs that you'll be eating later on. Secondly, it releases the hormones that decrease appetite and increase fullness. So you might find out that by the time you get to the carbohydrates, you are almost full. You might not finish the carbohydrate portion on your plate. Is that not wonderful? So this simple change in the order of eating can make a huge difference in your blood sugar control. Okay, studies have shown that following this order of eating can reduce your post-meal blood sugar by up to 30 to 40%. Okay, now let's take a real life example. You have a plate, and in your plate, you have rice, you have chicken or meat, and then you have your salad. Usually, we would go first for the rice, but no, don't start like that. So, eat the salad first, next, the protein or the meat or the fish, and then finally the carbohydrates. So, that is what this means. Yes, I know that not all our meals come with the protein, the veggies, and the carbs separated. I know that. But as much as you have the opportunity and the circumstance allows, eat your meals in this order and you will see the difference it makes in your blood sugar control. I hope you're going to try this trick. When you try it, come back and let us know the difference it makes to your blood sugar control. So that's it. I hope you liked this video, and if you found this video helpful, if you got value from this video, please hit the subscribe button to join this community. Also share this video so that others can benefit from it. And before you go, why don't you watch this video on best breakfast options for people living with type 2 diabetes? And I will see you in my next video. Bye.